Well, we all know universities are meant to be marketplaces of ideas where views are freely expressed and debated. But recently it was revealed that 9 student groups at the University of California amended university rules to ban speakers. Specifically, they banned any speakers who support Israel or Zionism. Noa Tishby decided to expose the anti-Israeli activism on campus by going straight to the source. Now, take a look at this.
Okay, so a few weeks ago, an article came out that talked about 9 student groups banning Zionists from participating in Berkeley campus, from speaking to their students. The administration said it's not a big deal and it's not discriminatory. We, of course, understand that Zionism is integral to Jewish identity and it's an ethnic discrimination. So I'm here on Berkeley campus to have a conversation and see, are Zionists excluded from Berkeley, or can we just hang out and talk to each other?
Now, we'll show you in a second what happened, but Noa is Israel's special envoy for combating anti-Semitism and delegitimization, and of course, a friend here of outsiders. And I'm delighted to say she joins us now this morning. Noa, great to see you as always. I'm going to play the first little clip that came. So we've looked at your video, it's fantastic, but I just want to play one little grab where this bloke, well, he wasn't very polite to you, let's put it that way, but let's just have a look.
You think Palestinians and Israelis have the same rights? That is,
you think Palestinians can't vote in Israel?
Dumbest. You think they can vote freely? She just said Palestinians and Israelis have the same rights in Israel. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Thing I've ever heard come out of her mouth. I thought you were educated. You are the dumbest I've ever seen in my entire life.
Luckily, I'm not afraid of you.
Now, Noa, I'm glad you weren't afraid of him. I got pretty afraid of him watching that video, what was going to happen next. Now, tell us, you went onto the campus, tell us why, and tell us a little, I'll play another clip a bit later, but tell us about what happened.
So I decided to go to Berkeley campus. This is where this news came out. I just want to be clear for your viewers, just in case people aren't clear. Zionism is only about Jews allowed to have a state. That's literally all it is. So Zionism is Jewish. It's a movement for Jewish liberation and self-determination in parts of their ancestral land. So if you believe that Israel has the right to exist, you're a Zionist. But the word Zionism was co-opted and taken away by extremists in America. And what we're seeing right now are the results of this. So Berkeley campus in Northern California, right where I live, supposed to be the most liberal and progressive college in America, and 9 student groups have decided to ban any speaker who supports Israel or Zionism. So effectively what they're doing is Jewish-free zones, because if you support Zionism or Israel, if you're Jewish, you're most likely supporting Zionism or Israel. So they're effectively anti-Semitism in disguise in Berkeley. I reached the Jewish groups, the students groups over there, and I asked if it'd be helpful for them if I show up, and they said, please come over. I came over, I spent an evening with the Jewish groups who spoke to me. The students there are feeling horrible. They're feeling under duress. They are harassed, marginalized, attacked, ousted from various groups. And I think that we all need to wake up and see what's happening on college campuses and the anti-Semitism that is absolutely everywhere. I went there to try to have a conversation, and what you showed is basically what happened. For about 3.5, 4 hours, I was attacked severely.
So this is not, this is not just a few fringe students. This is the absolute pervading mood on campus. Tell me something. I am sure that the administrators of Berkeley, if there was some slightest microaggression against anybody else from a minority group or minority religion, would be all over that like a rash. What are they doing to support the Jewish student groups who you said, quite rightly, are feeling really, really under siege?
The short answer is nothing, and that I heard that from the actual students themselves. I gave this as an example in one of the videos that I posted on my Instagram, and I said, if you were to ban as a group, a student group, if you were to say, I'm not banning anybody other than just people who supports BLM, or only people who wear a hijab, right? This wouldn't have fly. Like, this would have been stopped within exactly a minute. And it's also would have been very obvious who it is you're targeting. So they're saying, no, we're not banning Jews. We're only banning people who support Israel. That's pretty much banning Jews. And that's pretty much banning anybody who does support Israel who isn't Jewish, which is the majority of normal people. right? So I believe strongly that this wouldn't have happened to any other group of people. We know that anti-Semitism is the least held to account racism that we know of. It's almost an uncancelable offense. Kanye West had to go on a tirade of a month before some repercussions happened. And the short answer is that right now the faculty at Berkeley is doing nothing. Nothing to stop.
Sorry, Rita, I'll just quickly jump in. You mentioned, Noah, how that if you're basically support the right of Israel to exist, you are a Zionist. Now, you actually threw this at one of your critics, and it was a very, very funny moment. We'll just quickly play that for you.
Do you believe that the Jews have a right for self-determination as a state, in a state?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. So you do believe that Israel has the right to exist?
Of course.
Great, then you are a Zionist. Welcome. Sorry. Don't be angry. It's true.
Fantastic.
Oh, that's a new name.
I'm sorry to be laughing, but it was a funny moment because
It's hilarious.
Oh, the expression.
Carry on, Noah.
Yeah, the word Zionism has now turned into a curse word. People don't actually understand what it is, and the majority of normal people support the right of Israel to exist. It's a nation among all the other nations that contributes way above its size and scope. So that guy, to kind of like drag him into it, he came into the conversation obviously attacking me and yelling at me until I just put him in this pretzel and having him look at me with this blank look on his face, realizing that I'm one of those Zionists was delightful, honestly.
Oh, he's going to cancel himself. I'm sure he's probably protesting himself as we speak. But I'm interested in the experience of the students on that campus and other universities across America and Australia, I've got to say, where they have this hostility. Do they hide their Jewishness? Do they not show their Star of David? And
absolutely,
tell me
they
about
do.
that. Yeah.
Huge percentage of Jews on campus in America have to hide their Jewish identity, have to take off their Star of David. Literally right now, being Jewish is like being gay in the 60s. Don't ask, don't tell. So if you can pass as non-Jew, that's fine, but you can't be visibly Jewish, which is absolutely horrible. I get this all the time from students on campuses and various campuses. I heard this from the students at Berkeley, and I also talked to a lot of student groups, Jewish student groups around the country, and what they say is that right now a lot of them feel comfortable literally only in Jewish spaces on college. So in it's called the Hillel or Chabad or whatever the groups are, Jewish fraternity. That's where they feel comfortable. When they're outside, they have to hide their Jewish identity. They definitely have to hide the fact that they support a Jewish state. And this is not talked about enough. This is ignored by the media, by social media. It's by faculty. It's being ignored. And I'm happy that I have the opportunity to be able to expose that.
Noah, you also had an interesting discussion with one of the characters where you point, because the accusation now is that Jews are white supremacists, so Jews are white, and you actually pointed out that most Jews are not white. So tell us about that.
So first of all, the whole concept of Israel as an oppressing country because it's a white country is not true to begin with. Let's start with the fact that Jews are not white. Jews were not afforded the same rights that white Christians have in the past 2,000 years, and that's okay. Jews have survived throughout this, and we've never been just ask Nazi Germany, is a Jew a white person? And they'll give you the answer. So when you walk around Israel, you'll realize that it's not a white country. So only 31% of Israelis define themselves as of Eastern European descent, and the rest are either Jews of Arab descent or Arab Israelis. So the rest are Middle Eastern. So you walk around and you literally see this around you. And what he's trying to say is that European Jews are the oppressor, which of course is also not true. So when you go to Israel, if you think that Israel is a white country, all I say all the time is that all you got to do is go there. You go there, you walk down the streets, and you're like, there's nothing white about this country. But of course, none of these people that were attacking me at Berkeley, none of them have been to Israel, obviously. So not surprising there.
Noa Tishby, always great to talk to you, and what great work. And I'm glad you got through that safely, because there are a few minutes on that video I was certainly thinking, oh my God, I hope Noah's got some security there, because what was also good.
We've been through this before as the Jewish people. I'm like, they're not going to scare me. I know this. We know this. This has been around for thousands of years. It's fine. We got this.
And well done for arguing, putting forward facts and being prepared to have the discussion, and yet you were confronted with rage or that wonderful expression of sheer stupidity when the guy realized that he was a Zionist. Noa Tishby, great to chat to you, and keep up the terrific work.